Archangel Michael responds, I've been waiting for 2 hours to tell you this. This is not a joke. What I'm about to revelation will transform the way you look at a neighbor while you were sleeping last night. Someone slipped into silence with ideas too dark to imagine. Your neighbor, the one smiling a few days ago, you took a step. I would not have expected they approached the authorities in the late hours and performed stuff without speaking to you. They registered a police complaint. They did it secretly. I hoped you wouldn't find out till it was too late, but heaven witnessed everything. Preserved a record before the ink even touched the page. You have done nothing. Mistake, but your name has been marked as though the complaint was not about a crime, it was regarding anything intimate, deeper, and very the premeditated motive is fueled by envy. They never mentioned the old hatred. Tapement to get blessing 333. The neighbor has been holding feelings. You never I imagine they had been watching you every step is not out of curiosity, but out of cold the complaint is related to their aims. Something you did unintentionally. They twisted to make you appear guilty. It is more than just a legal threat. Spiritual attack, they know what they're doing. They selected their timing with they waited for you to remain calm, comfortable and unguarded, but you are not alone. Heavenly light embraces you even in events like these or what they planned behind your back is now bare before the heavens. Eyes type and intended to receive blessing 774 there the complaint contains lies disguised as concerns they allege you've caused disruption. But their heart is the one stirring the storm. A silent war has proclaimed, but they never even knocked on your door. You may begin to notice unusual behavior of others in neighborhood. Some already know about this action is whispering behind closed curtains, but you not let your sadness allow it burn brighter. And the truth will find its even through unopened and sealed files. According to rumors, your name will be cleared not until some people show you they're true. This moment was designed to wake you up, not breaking you down. Enter Amen to get blessing 982. Archangel Michael states, you were selected to get this warning because of what comes next. The same individual who filed the complaint has been looking into your personal. They are speaking to other people about their lives. Gather false witnesses, but someone has already arrived ahead in spirit to safeguard your soul. You once assisted in quietly and are about to return the courtesy, even if you never say. Again, what was meant to destroy your peace will now strengthen your spirituality. Walls. The energy around your house has shifting, and this complaint is a sign. This isn't only about the hidden struggle between you and your neighbor, it is between darkness and the divine protection over your life. That is why this has to be exposed. Type Amen to get blessing. 1,147 people thought their move was clever. Filed it late while everyone was slumber, but angels do not sleep, they watch. Every step, every lie. This isn't a coincidence. Confrontation, you're standing on the edge of disclosure, and the neighbor is about to show more than they intended that they would soon make a mistake. That changes everything in your favor. This will happen unexpectedly through a conversation they didn't intend to be overheard. From that point on, the veil will be lifted. Pip Amen. To gain blessing 2.210, you must remain calm and protect. Do not face them with rage. Confront them in silence is your sword right now. And it cuts deeper than fury they are attempting to provoke you. Because they need, without it, your complaint holds. They had no power to base their charges on. Expectation is not reality. However, you are no longer the person you were. They no longer anticipate this version of you. The light within you exists at this time. Will not back down. Enter Amen to receive. Blessing 1717. If you want to express, you have the option to continue supporting. Give special thanks with contributions of up to $120. Comment, I am protected. If you feel this message is pulling on your spirit, there are more things being revealed behind this. The complaint files including your name are being transmitted hand to hand, but none of them carry the complete truth, which is why heaven intervened before you found out. You are being prepped in a difficult way. You do not react from fear that you are being positioned to win dignity in the coming days. They will attempt. Make it look like you're the one escalating the issue, but their energy will deceive them. They will appear tranquil outside but unravel inside. Type Amen to receive. Blessed 404. They have misjudged your spirituality. Backing. They forgot about your protection. Isn't it human? Divine. What they seed in darkness will become thorns on their own way. The complaint that they filed will be reviewed soon, and the inconsistencies will stand out like fire on someone inside the system. Has snow already observed that you will not be alone in this investigation of the truth? Will have voices. It will arrive right on time. Type A. Intended to receive. Blessing 931. They tried to include your name in something that does not belong to you. The words they used were carefully selected, yet not careful enough to escape. Spiritual truth was supposed to bring shame. Will bring. Their documentation was stamped. However, their spirit is already trembling. You will begin to see them. Avoid your presence not because of guilt, but fear prevents you from using the power you possess. Visible to their eyes, yet, they will feel it is in your silence. Someone close to the neighbor has been observing everything. Emerge. That individual will quickly become a channel for the truth. A single whisper. They will become the echo that clears your name. Write Amen to get in. 1582. They blessed. The evidence was solid, is already beginning to dissolve. A witness they relied on growing uncomfortable that someone knows the story is not genuine, and he is now afraid of being dragged into the chaos that heaven is putting pressure on every falsehood that was. Written paper can hold ink but not hold divine. The complainant's judgment may have submitted, but the heavens rejected it the instant it was. I formed common justice. If your spirit is ready for the truth to break. Losing everything concealed in darkness will soon be drawn into the light. There the intention was revealed, but it's they are themselves. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 2989. Someone else has heard part of the story and remained. That person believed it wasn't Their place to talk is now their heart. They are being compelled to support you. Will come forward at the correct time, not by force, but by divine prompting. When they do the whole thing, the narrative will begin to collapse, the neighbor will attempt to change. However, it will be too late. Their mouth moved rapidly, but their hands left. They attempted to delete the traces. Fingerprints of jealousy, but they forgot. One detail: your light illuminates what others strive to conceal. Cover type: Amen. To get blessed 1005. You will feel pressure before the breakthrough, however do not confuse that with loss is a tightness before truth. Surges through what you're feeling. Not weakness, it's alignment. Every individual who secretly believed the falsehood and will now question it. Doubt will appear in their minds like fog after rain, and it's not because you beg for it, because heaven may create room for it. Some folks in your neighborhood may start acting strangely, some will pull away silently, and some will suddenly get to friendly. It's all part of the shaking type. Amen. To receive blessings 6002. If you would want to express your support furthermore, you can give super gratitude with contributions of up to $120. Archangel Michael says your presence conveys the type of fire that I can't sit near my neighbor for very long. I assumed you were simply another soul on the barrier, but your spirit is disrupted before the plan began. They sensed your light and attempted to dim it. They disguised their Indian false smiles, small chat, but suddenly the mask is cracking. The legal path they attempted to, we shall now turn against them in every the steps they take to drive this forward will disclose their hidden motive. It will not be capable of stopping the unraveling once it tape begins with the intention of receiving a blessing. 8009. Their remarks have weight only in the physical realm. However, the one you choose is endorsed by the weight of divine. You don't have to plead, your innocence shall be proven by hand of justice. The time of the strike is not, it comes just before a major change in your personal and life. There is something big prepared for you, and this complaint was, I intended to delay it, but delays are being denied. What was supposed to stop you is now serving as a platform. Was supposed to destroy your name is about to introduce your strength. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 1220 comments. I am in power. If this connects with what you have been, there are things you felt recently, it made no sense. Random tension, uneasy sleep, a tug on your spirit. Now you understand why the neighbors' complaint sent waves into the spiritual realm, but you stood still. Stillness was your weapon and victory. It will not come from shouting back. Emanate from the undeniable power of truth. Unfolding naturally, every lie cracks beneath the weight of patience. Type Amen to receive blessing 244. They will be summoned to explain. When that time comes for them, the voice will shake their courage. Used to assault, you will vanish in front of the truth. Do not revel in their fear. Says that the divine does not need. The only thing you need is revenge. Upon exposure, you will be contacted. Suddenly a call or message will bring news that changes the entire path. In this circumstance, that message is closer than you believe. Typing in to receive blessed 1781. There will be a point when someone from the legal office is involved will explore deeper into the document. They will notice something is off. Something that does not coincide with protocol is when the unraveling begins. You will not have to defend yourself. With loud, your peace will do it. The vibe around you will say more. Louder than any, there is someone who will attempt to persuade the neighbor to retire protest, but ego has already taken. Initially, they will be resistant, but life has an unusual knack of humbling even the boldest liars. Taiwanese men to receive blessing 3919. The neighbor's behavior will shortly become unpredictable at times. They'll try to pretend if nothing occurred. Next, their shame will surface and you may behave in unusual and unanticipated ways. Notice them monitoring you more often than not. To intimidate, but because of fear, you have discovered the truth, and you have spirits surrounding you are not silent. No longer are they movable parts on your, they are bringing the right. People have the appropriate moments and time. Enter your space. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 2686. The individual who encouraged the neighbor who files the complaint will be disclosed. There is a second figure hidden behind this act. They pushed, influenced and stoked the flames in covertly. They underestimated who you are. I thought you were ordinary, but now they'll know what it means to touch the anointed. The second individual will face their own. A wave of consequences their name will be linked to. Something they thought they had. Escape. Divine justice is via it. Never forgets to receive a blessing. Type the word Amen. 3355 comments. This ends with me if your spirit feels the reality of them. In other words, you are the generational wall that prevents cycles of injustice. You are the one chosen to break what attempted to break others before you. A shift is coming to your what appeared to be a quarrel inside the home. Opening the gate to cleansing any false energy is being removed. This complaint with the final try to break your progress, but rather it has marked the start of a powerful rise. You will not only come out clean, you will come out higher. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 7.180 Your name will be discussed, but not with disgrace. It will be mentioned with awe. People will ask how you remained cool. Through it all, they will see you walking with grace while others lose their balance, which will serve as proof of divine hands around you, and none will have the ability to deny it. To the individual who believed the falsehood first, will apologize silently. They will not have the courage to say it directly. Their conduct will shift. You will feel it change. Type them in to get a blessing. 887 if you want to show your support. Furthermore, you can give super gratitude with contributions of up to $120, even your adversaries will hesitate. Perplexity. They expected turmoil, but instead, you created stillness. That is the authority you wield. I tried to compose a story but didn't flip the pages, their own tale has turned. What was hidden in secrecy is now public, and Michael, the energy archangel, claims that this has happened not to punish you, but to encourage you, not to harm you, but to hide your discernment. Type Amen to get blessing 6432. More action is coming soon to you. You may receive a letter, a phone call, or even the neighbor attempting to clear the air. Does not be misled by superficial peace offers. Stay grounded. You are being instructed by the divine, not by emotion. If you continue walking the way maybe you will shortly stroll into vindication, and it won't just be quiet, it will be loud enough that even the walls will remember. The memory of this will become your miracle. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 1441 comments. My name has been cleared. If you spirit receives this, you are not the villain in this. They are telling their narrative and attempting to write your fate. Failed the night. They made the complaint and knew what they were doing, something, but didn't know who they were doing it. They forgot you were covered now. Their world is trembling. Lies they stitched together are beginning to tear, and I haven't even moved a finger. Top Amen to get blessed 2025. You may be tempted to. I feel sad for them. Consequences arrive. That's because you have empathy in your bones. But recall what they didn't thought of. Your tranquility when they tried to take it. They smiled at you knowing just what they had. They engaged in chats with others while concealing a dagger, but that never touched your soul. You were protected before you even realized it needed. Your name will now be protected, restored before you even requested it. This is how divine timing works. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 3001. You have walked through the fire. Without the scent of smoke, the enemy moved, but your peace stayed. Untouchedness is not weakness. Divine might in its highest form. We were destined to witness this aspect of people's masks are slipping off. You're now seeing the truth. Was once illusion, their game is over, and your freedom is beginning. Some individuals are watching at a distance, waiting to see how this ends. I underestimated your resilience. The true shock will be how forcefully you soar from this tap. He came in to receive a benediction. For 8001. The issue is losing power. Even though they always try to defend it, they open their mouth and speak their own words. Will bind them and cause them to trip over very lies they created. Even those who previously backed them will start to distance. People are detecting the shift in energy. They do not want to get caught in a downfall. The story unravels. You don't have to do anything. Stay. The spirit of truth is already established. At work, type Amen to receive a blessing. 5252 comments. The truth always wins if your heart agrees that you have been quiet for long enough. The truth will speak on your side. Your home is spiritual. Cleared every trace of evil and sent your way is being returned to sender with no force. You will stand against those who formed you. Being vindicated not simply by words but by what occurs next will surprise even those who have doubted. Your peace will echo louder than their complaint. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 1110. They will attempt to apologize without saying the whole. They will provide modest hints of hope. Make peace without admitting guilt. But your spirit already knows what they are. Did you not need their apology? Heal yourself, you've already risen above it. Coming for you is greater than their apologies could possibly be. You will gain more than you lost. This complaint constituted an invitation for elevation, was never intended to demolish, it was allowed to. And what it revealed was your unstoppable strength type is meant to receive blessings. 3949 The heavens are preparing to move. In your soon, you will notice a new energy is entering your space. Doors that were previously closed will swing open with force. You'll be favored in unexpected ways. Makes sense to others will claim it's unfair how you are blessed, but they did not see it. Nights you endured silently, they did not observe the betrayal, they did not hear the lies whispered in the darkness, but God did. He's responding now. Type Amen to get blessing 646. If you would want to express your support furthermore, you can give super gratitude with contributions of up to Archangel Michael claims it was $120 necessary for the snakes to strike before they were. The complaint was removed with a hiss. Gave them away, and their presence will no longer be tolerated in your life. You have been protected from what I had no idea he was hunting you. The neighbor walked in pretense, but now their steps are exposed, you can no longer be touched. The way they soon, you'll walk past their door and feel nothing, not anger, not fear, merely peace. Type Amen to receive a blessing 330. The hush of heaven has ended, for the season of stillness has shifted. Now is the time for you to. They wanted to tarnish your image. However, they gave God a reason to. You were hidden before, but now you'll be honored. Individuals who once turned their backs will arrive with admiration, but your heart is wiser now. You will walk with discernment, not bitterness. Type Amen to receive blessings 9979 comments. I walk in light. If you are feeling this fire within you, spirit, this was more than simply a moment. The complaint was about the noise. Before your breakthrough, a new beginning is already forming behind the scenes. Support is coming. Someone in authority is about to say something in your favor. It will come like a sudden shift, a call, a message, a startling piece of documentation that changes everything. Top supposed to get blessing 717. The neighbor will pretend to be unbothered, but within they are already shaken. The exposure has started and they can feel the collapse approaching. This is the season where every hidden enemy will be unmasked, not by force but by the weight of their own actions, and as that happens you will be lifted, vindicated, crowned in quiet triumph. Tape and intended to get blessing 66. They laughed as they filed the complaint. They felt proud of their secret smite, but the angels screamed out. Night, not in terror, but in warning. The heavens recorded everything. When they presented it, they sealed their own. The ramifications of their acts were not unseen now. The storm they brought your way is looping back. They cannot outrun what they started. You will walk forward untouched. Type Amen to receive blessed 8888. The spiritual realm has moved permanently in your favor. The neighbor doesn't understand what type of fire do they have. They believed they had been awakened, targeting a person, but they hit divine assignment. You are not ordinary is why the battle came suddenly and without. It was a warning, not a punishment. Proof that you are close to your elevation. Everything that attempted to stand in your ways falling, not with noise, but with undeniable to receive a blessing, type Amen. 2227 comments. I am rising above if you are receiving this in your soul. I strolled through it softly, and now the rewards will be loud, everyone will see the glow. Returning to you life tranquility is not coming, it is already here. Here justice is not coming, it has arrived, and it's moving through people paperwork and divine timing. What they thought was the end for you is now the beginning of your metamorphosis. You are stepping into a season of divine reversal. Your name will shine brighter than it ever has. Statement to get blessed. 19,001 There is someone watching all of this unfold. They never said anything, but they've seen it all, and they will speak at the appointed time. Their words will carry weight, not because of who they are, but because of the truth they hold. It will dismantle every plan of the enemy. Complaints will become testimony, your tears will become weapons, and silence will become to receive a blessing. Put Amen in your song. 3670 Quickly, you'll forget the anguish of this season, not because it did not matter, but what comes next will be powerful enough to overshadow everything. You are ascending to a new level of spiritual. This neighbor may still linger, they will no longer have power over you. Their access is denied, their plan is void, and from this point forward your life will reflect the grandeur that was veiled behind their jealousy. What was designed to destroy will elevate, what was meant to shame will empower. Type Amen to receive blessings. 1992 If you want to show your support. Furthermore, you can give super gratitude with contributions of up to $120. Archangel Michael declares, this is the final word in this matter. Should not be afraid, don't lower your light, you have not done anything wrong. We only attacked because you are correct where you're intended to be, which is why did supernatural protection envelop you. Walked even if you didn't see it. Bravely enter the days ahead, expect favor, anticipate breakthroughs. Expect divine reparation. Type Amen to receive blessing. 10,001 From now on your name will carry authority, your peace will be guarded, and your road will be lined with wisdom, and no one will remove what belongs. Tell you again, this complaint was their last attempt and it failed. Your name is protected, your future is blessed, and this chapter is closed in heaven's book.